Peter Loubardias. Now, Lou, thanks for holding. We've had some tech problems. They're all working out now. There's an echo back there. I'm sure Clark fixed that. How are you, Lou?
I'm good. Delighted. Did you want to go to the right hand today, or did you need the lefty from the pen?
I know you're ambidextrous. Thanks for filling in for Brett Kissel, by the way, and thank you for honoring all your commitments, Lou. You always have.
Well, we try our best, and I'm not going to sing. As I've said many times in different places, can't sing, can't dance, too fat to fly. All of the above. So we're going to leave the singing, and he does it so well, and what a good guy Brett Kissel is. I've had a couple of opportunities to spend a little bit of time with him. Infectious, lots of energy. As I like to say, he's good people.
I'm going somewhat off the board with my questions today. One, when I spend time in Calgary, it just rocks my world that they all call you Lubo out there. Where did that come from? And did they not know that your nickname's Lou?
They probably should have. To be honest, just in hearing you talk about it going into the break, I can't for the life of me remember exactly who at our radio station in Calgary was the one that decided to go there. And for whatever reason, it stuck. And when things stick, far be it from me to try and change it. But I will tell you this, as you guys refer to me, and it's been a nickname of mine since one of my Bantam hockey coaches went in that direction when I was 13. I probably will tell you that I prefer Lou over anything else in the nickname department.
I knew that, man. I've known you for a long time. And by the way, with those curly locks tucking out of your ball cap, you're looking very 1993 Lou, just so you know.
Isn't this just terrible? Look at this. Look at that mess.
That's a sick flow.
I have not had that much hair in my entire life. And here in Ontario, I can't go get a haircut yet. So I'm still waiting. I'm auditioning. Apparently, Paul McCartney's coming back with Wings or whatever you guys were talking about before.
I could see hairdressers just running up to you and just putting their fingers in your hair like I did when I was a kid. I had long flowing Goldilocks. Yeah, same thing. To serious stuff, Lou. I'm not going to wander any further past my leash here. I don't know enough about the Buffalo Sabres. It just looks really bad. What's your take on what's going on out there and what has been going on for the last 9 years?
Listen, gents, here's what I really believe in, and that is in order to build something that really matters and winning teams, you have to give people an opportunity to complete their plan or really put their plan in place. And I don't like to be critical really of anyone. I understand how hard a job that it can be to own anything. But the Pagulas, frankly, I just sense that every time they're moving a little bit closer to gaining some traction and having some consistency within the framework of their organization, voila, you're changing coaches, you're changing GMs. I'm a big believer. I heard a couple of people in the media talk about, I think you, by and large, as a general manager, need at least 5 years to put a plan in place. And so what constantly happens is somebody starts a plan and you're probably just getting to the point where you're about ready to take the next step and whammo, you change everything. And when you change everything, different people have different philosophies on how they feel about players, how they want their team coached, the type of style. But what is it really about? It's about building the right culture. It's the biggest C word used outside of one I probably use more, and that's confidence in sports. How do you build it when all you keep doing is changing? And what's the message that you give? To me, anytime you see an organization that's constantly turning things over, when do you get the type of results? The problem is, in this day and age, people are impatient. They're more impatient, in my personal opinion, in the social media era than ever before. And most of the time, just when organizations get close to actually getting over, they're not patient enough. And I don't like what they did in Buffalo at all. I know a lot of the people that were affected. And I really think Jason Botterill, who ended up hiring Ralph Kruger, they had good scouts. I think they were just starting to go. And now it's going to change again.
Well, of course. And I think of the Cleveland Browns, and I think of teams that are just mired in the bottom. They keep changing the people in those chairs in those offices, and it doesn't work. And I look at the teams that are working. Sorry, you had a point on that?
Who are you and what are you? Until you can establish those kind of standards, you're not going anywhere.
No, I know. And I've talked to general managers and presidents that say, they judge what they're doing by what they read on Twitter or what you are doing yourself. And I'm like, what do you think? Stop telling me what you're reading. What do you think about what I'm doing right now? And then I look at the successful NHL teams and what we follow. Oilers, bring in Ken Holland. Prove it. Flames, Brad Treliving had the resume and he's getting it done. Kevin Cheveldayoff, same thing. Jim Benning in Vancouver, he's had the time. My God, there's no more pressure than Vancouver, than maybe Toronto, but now they're turning that corner. And then Bill Foley in Vegas brings in George McPhee and obviously Kelly McCrimmon, and look how that's turned out. But anyways, that's my rant on that, Lou. What else is on your mind these days?
No, I'm excited about the prospect of, games being played again in the NHL. And, since we last chatted, they've taken another step. Excited about the potential of July 10th. I understand that there's some real work to get done. But unlike this other league, it's called Major League Baseball. To the credit of the hockey people, they've done a really nice job, I think, of navigating the situation, handling it well. There's still some big steps left to be taken. But to me, that's really encouraging. I've found myself not sleeping that well lately, so I've been watching a lot of Korean baseball. And it's interesting, guys. They can play baseball in Korea. They're about to play baseball in Japan, but they can't get it figured out in the majors. Why? Because they really don't want to. I'm borderline angry. Get it figured out. Do the right thing. Go back and play. Get in a room, figure it out, deal with your billionaires and your millionaires, and let's, you guys had Remps on the program recently. Him and I joke a lot about getting back to the basics. Let's not forget why you started the whole process in the first place. I get it. It's complicated. There's a lot of money. There's precedence. You're trying to look after the next people who are following behind you. But I don't know about you guys. Couldn't baseball that's been mired for a long time in labor disputes, could they not do a good thing right now and maybe park some of that crap and give people something that they can enjoy, that they can have fun with? By doing what you do, play, get back to playing. Figure it out.
I agree, Lou. I agree. And by the way, Jeff Hayes in Saskatoon, our sales rep, writes in, he's the public address announcer of your Saskatoon Blades. He says, is that Lou or Andrew Shue from Melrose Place? I'm with you, Jeff. I think Lou looks 19 years old. I hope when this ends, you do not trim your locks, man. Most people cut their hair and look younger. Lou, you look younger. You look young.
You know what's crazy? My wife is saying exactly the same thing, except as I showed you briefly, and I'm not doing it again. There's not enough hurt in the world to fix this mop. The great thing is, at a certain point, she can flip me over and use me to clean the floor. There's a lot of croutons going on in this salad right now.
I love you, Lou. Thank you. Be well, and thanks for pinch hitting.
Well, you know what? Wasn't the greatest of hitters, but if you need somebody to hit or come out of the pen, you can always call. Thanks for having me, guys. Have a great rest of the day.
Peter Loubardias is joining us from the GTA. The guy looks like he's given Jeff Reinbold a run for his money.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
For Rockstar of the Day.
Absolutely.
For Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions.
You're watching Rod Pedersen on demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.